So for today, for this video, I'm going to show you how to use my website. And it's very important that you know how to use my website to be able to do well in this class, because I put everything up there, so if you need to catch up on notes or things like that, it's all available. So the first thing we're going to do is I'm going to show you how to get to my website. So there's a couple different ways that you can go. You can either go to just the URL, which is mrsgeorgesfaxclass.weebly.com, and that will take you to the homepage of my website. Or the other way that you can go is if you go to the Clearfield High webpage, click on faculty, and then find my name. There is a link from my name as well. So the class that I'm going to focus on today is I'm actually going to show you how to get to my Early Childhood Education 1A class. So as you can see, there are several different classes that I teach. All of my website is going to be updated for all of those classes. So if you were in a different class, you just need to click on that class that you're in. But like I said, today we're going to focus on the Early Childhood Education 1A. So to get to things, you do click on the pictures, and then we see from this point it's going to bring you up into the home page for Early Childhood Education 1A. So there are several different things that you're going to be able to find on this page. If we look at our course information over here, we're going to click on the picture, and this will take you to several different things. So this will take you to the Strands and Standards, which is what the state requires us to teach. If you ever want to look at those, you can. You will also be able to find a copy of the disclosure that you signed digitally for this class. You'll find a class calendar that will allow you to look at what we are going to be doing every single day. So if you miss a day in class, you can go back and look at that to stay caught up. The other thing that you'll find here is called the daily agenda. This is where I write a detailed list of everything that was accomplished that day. So when you look at the specific pages, you know exactly what you're supposed to be doing. The last thing that you're going to find on this page is going to be the Remind code. So if you would like to sign up for the Remind, just text this code right here to this number, and this will allow you to get the updates and everything like that that I send out about due dates, assignments coming up, or things like that. So that is what you're going to find on the course information page. So if we go back, the way that this is set up is it's broken down into units. So depending on what unit we're in is going to depend on which tab you click on. So let's focus on Unit 1 right now. So we're going to look at Unit 1. To make it a little bit easier for you, everything in Unit 1 is broken down by day. So on day number 1, we're going to talk about types of childcare programs. Day number 2, we're going to talk about CDA requirements and licensing laws. The ways that you can figure that out is either looking at the daily calendar, or you can look at the daily agenda to tell you what you want. But we're going to look at a couple different things here. So say we missed day number 1 and you want to take the notes that are in your notebook for types of childcare programs. I'm going to click on here, and it's going to take me to this individual page. So for every day in this class, we do have an individual page on the website to make it a little bit easier for you to follow. So looking down here, it'll tell you our strands and standards that I was teaching that day, so you know exactly what you were supposed to be learning. By the end of the lesson, you should be able to meet all of these learning targets. Okay, so you should be able to identify the differences between custodial, developmental, and comprehensive childcare, and you will be able to define several different programs available for childcare. If by the end of the lesson you cannot meet these learning targets, then you can come talk to me and I will help you get there. Okay, we also have a list of vocabulary. And then you're going to start to get into the meat of the lesson. So over here, we've got our PowerPoint. So all of you will have notebooks for this class. And so this is where you'll need to take your notes. You can either scroll through the PowerPoint just like this and read through to get your notes. Or if you click on this full screen, it does bring it up full screen for you if you would rather go that direction. Okay, you can't download these PowerPoints, but it does bring it up full screen so you can see all of it. So we can just exit out of the tab when we're done. If you need to know what the notes look like, you can come over and click this button right here. This is going to bring up a copy of the notes that you can download or that you can print. But again, these notes are going to be found in your class notebook. Then some other things that you will find on this is we do have a survey. This is an anonymous survey that you can answer for me to see if there's anything better I can do for the class or I can do for you to help you understand. And that's kind of a general layout of what the web page looks like. So let's look at a different one that's going to have an assignment with it. So let's look at resumes. So it's kind of the same thing for resumes. We've got our strands and standards, our learning targets, our vocabulary. We've got a link to the PowerPoint. The resume guided notes are here. And then you can also you have an assignment for this one. That's the resume rubric. So you can click on that. Again, that's going to bring up the assignment so that you can complete the assignment after reading this short description right here. And again, there you have the survey. So that is going to be the most important part of looking at my website and being able to use it. And like I said, you will need to be able to be competent and feel comfortable using this website for the remainder of this course.